Good morning. You join me on this absolutely stunningly beautiful spring day. Guess where I am today? I'm not in a rainforest, not walking along some mountain top or some volcanic desert somewhere. Today, I'm somewhere slightly closer to home. This is my garden. This is my home. This is where I learn everything that I know. Normally I take you on these amazing journeys to see these incredible animals in the wild, but today I'm doing something very, very different. I'm going to show you my home life. Now, my home life isn't a normal home life. I'm not just here to sort of sit around and watch TV and play football and things like that. My home life is very much a wild life. Me and my family, we love animals, and we're born and raised into this wild life. And I'm going to show you some of the cool animals that share our lives. This is the place that we learn to deal with animals. This is the place that we watch animals every day. This is how we learn to live alongside of them, how to handle them, and to really do what I do best, which is show you guys how to deal with animals in the wild. So come with me on a journey a little bit closer to home today, and I'm going to show you all the animals that we share our lives with. One thing we've got in our garden is, like a lot of people have got in their garden, is a greenhouse. Except, of course, our greenhouse isn't like any normal greenhouse. Our greenhouse is very slightly different. Here it is here. This is our greenhouse that I built with my own hands. Every single screw, every nail I put in this thing by myself. And over here as well, these are our outdoor enclosures. This is where more and more animals live as well. But between the two of these, we have got hundreds and hundreds of beasties. Amazing mini dragons. Little tiny snakes, salamanders, newts, toads, a whole array of interesting things. There's also some little dinky tortoises in there as well. Once we've finished out here in the greenhouse, I'll take you into my shed. Here it is, or my hot room as I call it now. It's not any normal shed. It's not full of normal garden spades and buckets and things. That shed is teeming with awesome stuff. First of all, I want to show you in the greenhouse. This is the inside of my greenhouse. And as you can see, I'm not surrounded by many plants. Well, I am surrounded by many plants, but they're not just free growing like you normally get in a greenhouse. These are all in different enclosures. And these enclosures are built for a very special reason, and that is to contain and hold and successfully breed many species of animal, reptiles in particular, that can live here in England in our climate. This greenhouse is totally unheated. The only heat that I get in this greenhouse is that up there, the sun. This acrylic up on the roof, this special plastic, allows ultraviolet light through, and ultraviolet light is essential for all reptiles to survive. So it allows the ultraviolet through, and it goes into all of these cages, and it allows the lizards that live in here to survive 12 months of the year with no heating, no other lighting apart from what nature intended, which is as it should be. And the result is they do incredibly successfully. Let me show you inside some of these cages so you too can experience some of the animals that live out here 12 months of the year without me hardly having to lift a finger. It really is an amazing way for these guys to live. This time of year is probably my favourite time of year, simply for the fact that everything is just coming alive. All the flowers are coming into bloom and all the animals are coming out of hibernation. This is a female Schreiber's lizard whose ancestors would have come from Spain and Portugal, but she's born and raised right here in my greenhouse, and the whole winter she's been burrowed down in this leaf litter, and now she's just emerging in the gorgeous sunshine just to bask and warm up. Soon she'll be breeding. Hello my gorgeous girl, welcome to 2019. This is the first time I've seen her this year. Check out these little beauties. Aren't they dinky? Oh my goodness. Now let's just adjust the focus on him. He is so tiny. Look, let me pick him up. Look at this little chopper. He is so tiny. Absolutely caked in mud. Look, he's literally just burrowed out this morning. All you can see is his little teeny nostrils in the middle. He's got one eye open. His other eye's still absolutely caked up. It's incredible that an animal this tiny can go through a full hibernation out here in my greenhouse in Britain. He's taken down to, let's have a look at the thermometer. Let's have a look. No way. He's experienced this winter minus 4.1 degrees Celsius. Well done, little mate. That is awesome going. An animal so tiny can endure that. That is such an admirable trait. Wow. Let's pop you down, mate. You sit with your brother or sister and you have your first meal of the year. Now that is a seriously handsome girl. She's absolutely stunning. This is a Balkan green lizard. Isn't she beautiful? Gorgeous green colour. But she again has literally just emerged. If I show you on her back here, see how dirty she is? She's actually got this sort of silver sheen all over her. That's her old skin mixed up with mud, where she's been buried down under these rocks for months and months. But what she'll do is, she's actually just starting to do it here. just starts to shed her skin, and eventually in the spring, in probably a couple of weeks' time, she'll be an unbelievably vivid green colour as she comes into breeding condition. Hello, my gorgeous girl. And out here in my outdoor enclosures, these are also teeming with life. Again, just like the greenhouse, these guys are completely left to their own devices during the winter. I don't bring any of the animals in. They literally live as wild out here all year round. The only thing I do to them is offer them food sometimes. The rest of the time, they're treated as wild. The only heat and light they get is from the sunshine, and they are left to their own devices. The result of that is these guys do unbelievably well. They live for decades, the animals that live out here. Down here, we've got a beautiful pair of young male European sand lizards that just literally emerged as well. Look how filthy they are. They are covered in mud. It just absolutely blows me away, the fact that these guys can remain buried in the soil for months and months during the winter, not feeding, not drinking, not emerging, just fast asleep in this sort of semi-dormant state. Then in the spring, bam, the sun comes out, they come out and they bask, and they start to get reactivated again. I do absolutely love reptiles for those skills. Look at him. Now that is a seriously handsome boy. That is the largest European lizard. That is an eyed lizard, or also known as ocellated lizard, because they're covered in these gorgeous rings. But that is a beautiful, beautiful male. Again, as much as he looks lovely at the moment, he's looking pretty dull. As I say with everything else, everything's just emerging. Everything's covered in mud, as is he. But just wait, he will shed his skin, and before you know it, he'll be absolutely stunning. He'll be almost bright yellow-green, and those blue spots on his sides, which give him his name, the eyed lizard, will really come out in time. Now that is a gorgeous sight to behold. These are probably one of my favourite European lizards. These are green lizards, and you can see why. They are just so glorious. But again, like I've said so many times before, I just can't say it enough. These guys are looking pretty dull and filthy at the moment. Give them a couple of weeks of some sunshine, and once they slough their skin, they shed their skin, then their true spring colours will come through, and they will be absolutely electric green. They will be stunning. So that's what you can see in my outdoor enclosures, and also in my greenhouse over here. These guys out here that live in the greenhouse, and they also live in the enclosures, they are totally and utterly at the mercy of what the sunshine has to offer for them. In the spring and the summer, they're active and basking and feeding and breeding. But in the winter, bam, they all burrow down below the ground and go to sleep. Whereas these guys that live here in my shed, these guys are more tropical.